Hi, I'm Mansoor Sarwar. I'm Director for Technical Services and Pre-Sales for Sage in Middle East. Today's conversation topic is Robotic Process Automation, also known as RPA. So for Sage, this conversation has been going for a while. Many of our customers, many of our partners are very keen, very interested into embarking onto this new technology platform. And as Sage, it's at the heart of our product innovation, it's at the heart of our product roadmap. So we are having these conversations with the industry leaders, with the customers, with the managements for quite a while now. As far as Sage's understanding of robotic process automation is concerned, I think the key point to understand for the industry is it starts with two basic foundations. The first one is the strategic foundation, in which the management has to give you a strategy, they have to give you a governance model, they have to give you a guideline, and more importantly, or the most importantly, a business case. It has to be built around a business case. And the second major foundation is the technology foundation, which comes after the business foundation, which is around your infrastructure, which is around your security policy, which is around your software, and most importantly, the change management. So with these 8 pillars in place, with these 8 foundations, you can literally start building your process automation, robotic process automation from scratch. The region, Middle East specifically, and UAE to be more specific, has been taking a lead on this when it comes to the robotic process automation. I don't know if you go back all the way to 1990s. I remember the internet penetration was less than 5% back in the days, and that's when Dubai announced the e-government. It was one of the first in the world at that point in time. If we look fast forward to 2018, Dubai has been the first, UAE has been the first country which has announced a Minister for Artificial Intelligence. So UAE has been at the cutting edge of bringing the latest technology, and RPA being one of the latest tools in the financial sector, in the retail sector, in the hospitality and healthcare sectors. Dubai has been investing a lot, both from a corporate and a government level, as well as in the private sector as well. If you look at, for example, starting with the Dubai Residency, and we call it General Directorate for Residency, they have recently launched a very wonderful application, which is a very modern model of process automation using robotics. In that application, you can literally use the application, start with your own immigration process, apply for your online visas, renewals. It does your translation from English to Arabic automatic. These are the simple things which sound very simple, but what they have done is they have taken a lot of paperwork, a lot of third parties, a lot of intermediaries in the middle, and made this a very robotically automated process to bring efficiency. Dubai Police is working a lot on robots and drones. Dubai Smart Dubai initiative, which was announced last year for a 5-year program, 2021, is aimed at again doing a lot of robotic process automation. So the countries call it infrastructure, or the mindset or the leadership is very congenial, very friendly, very encouraging of robotic process automation. When we take it to the private sector has also taken it in their stride. Led by primarily starting with healthcare. In our observation, we have found a lot of leading hospitals, private as well as public. They have started off with basic things like onboarding of the customers. There they use this technology, but more recently the dispensation of medications, the digitization of the medical records, scheduling your appointments with your doctors, sharing your reports across different departments. All that has been happening with the RPA very significantly and very effectively. So healthcare industry, in our opinion, then connected itself to the insurance industry, which is a financial industry, and then your insurance claims, your insurance reports are not just being shared digitally, but are being processed digitally as well. So what are you entitled to, what are your claims, what is going to be the refund amount, it's all done through robotics. And if I take one step back to just explain robotics process automation, it's more software which is doing tasks which are repetitive in nature, which can be done multiple times, but there's not much, if I can put this word loosely, there's not much intelligence involved. They're very repetitive in nature. It's basic intelligence that is required, not emotional intelligence per se. So in that, PSA provides a lot of angle, a lot of enhancements, And this industry, financial, healthcare, as well as retail, these three are the ones which we have seen taking a charge as the people who are leading this adoption of robotic process automation. We talked a bit about healthcare. Let's talk a bit about financial industry. The banks, the insurance companies, the mortgages, they are the ones again who have done a lot of investment, and they're seeing serious results coming back to them already for this investment. Starting with know your customer, KYC, to opening and closing accounts digitally, to then doing your loan profiling, your mortgage profiling, your automatic filling of forms. All that is happening in the banks automatically, and their back office as well as their front office applications are talking to each other instead of manual intervention of humans in the middle. This robotic process automation is literally doing a handshake between your front office and your back office. So this banking industry is the one, and generally the financial service industry, they have reaped a lot of benefit out of this robotic process automation already. And the last but not the least is retail industry. Retail industry lends itself naturally to robotic process automation. When you go to for example, a shelf in a retail store, if you have those robotic we call them inventory robots, who are sitting there and can tell you which product is available in the stock, at what quantity, in which shelf. Imagine how easy your shopping experience is, and some of the leading retail stores have already done that. So if you go there, you can literally use this robot and ask him, I want to buy X, Y, and Z. It will literally plot your journey around the mall, and it will tell you from where to go where and how does this help. Another common use in the retail malls, most of us have experienced already, is how to find your car. Some of the malls are so big, people had this problem of losing their cars after they would park it. Now this robotic process automation literally digitizes your car's number. You come back, once you're done with shopping, you enter your car's registration number. It tells you on which floor, in which spot the car is there. So that's a basic IoT talking to your robotic process automation and giving a lot of value to the consumers. On a, call it a more sophisticated scale on the retail industry, it has gone into replenishment of stock. So again, these are IoT devices with robotic process automation who are monitoring your inventory on live, on the go. So when a stock hits a reorder level, it automatically issues a purchase order to the respective supplier, or at least it sends it back to the procurement team, and then they can start the procurement process. So again, these simple things are the ones which required, call it less emotional intelligence, more repetitive nature of work, more call it industrialization of business processes. But with the robotic process automation, now the humans can really focus on things which are, call it, more important, more critical, and which lends itself naturally to a human than a robot.